I watched this video like 2 times when I first seen it. Reason being is because I ain't fully understand how son got to that much agitation, right? Now, I gotta check this. I think homie is an army soldier who was doing a ride-along with Davis managed to subdue Lowry and strangle him to death. A toxicology report found of Lowry's system. Okay. Officer Davis, hold on. Bowling Green, Kentucky. It seems like everything wild happens in Kentucky, right? An officer was shot multiple times after responding to a disturbance at America's Car Mart. The officer survived after being shot in the legs, arms, and torso. The suspect, Esteban Lowry. Hey, yo, wait. His name is Esteban Lowry. I only know one Esteban. And I hope y'all know that one Esteban too. That's Esteban from Fresh. Shout out to Esteban from Fresh, man. He also was like the main character in
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with
Far
you?
Cry shit.
What's wrong with you?
Anyway.
You niggas are crazy.
He was also in, what was the joint about with the old dude that was like, had the cancer. He was like a teacher. Then he started cooking the meth up. It was like, it was a show that was on, man. Pretty big show. But anyway, you Esteban in that too. But homie name was Esteban Lowry. He fired 16 shots in less than 7 seconds. Now, when they said Car Mart, I'm like, yo, I don't know what a Car Mart is. Is that a place where people go? Let me get to Google here, right? Because I kind of want to know, because I'm trying to figure out, like, yo, how long, or like, what could have happened at the Car Mart to get you so, like, because a lot of times, Car Mart, let me look up Car Mart. America's Car Mart, quality used vehicles, buy here, pay here. Okay, a place where he could buy cars, right? Car Mart. All right, now, when the police is entering the situation, homie is agitated. So my question is, how agitated does one go? How agitated does one get when they go to a car lot? Like, say you can't get the car. Oh, now your credit ain't right. You can't get the car. Are you mad enough to open fire on police if they come in there fucking with you? Say somebody says some racist shit in there. Are you upset enough to take this road? So I always try to get to that. Some people will look at the situation. What the cop said, what he said. No, I want to know how anybody could get to certain levels of anger. How you do that?
Okay. Yeah. All right. So okay, nothing. All right.
Hold on.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So okay, nothing. All right, man. You have no authority, buddy.
Now, for as long as you've been living, if you're watching this, what I'm saying is that, you know how we get those people that's like, hey, officer, you don't got no authority? I'll be honest with y'all. I can't remember a situation that I was in where an officer wouldn't have had authority once they walked in the building. I mean, if an officer somehow gets in your crib and you and your girl arguing, it don't matter if y'all ain't throwing no blow. I'm in authority now, right? And say, for instance, that for all intents and purposes, he's not in authority. How you really feel? Once you start clashing with the police, how often you think you're going to win it out in the end of the situation? I always talk to people about making better decisions, right? Like, if you know what the final outcome is, what's wrong with trying to avoid the final outcome before we get to the final outcome?
So what do you want to do? Just hang out, man.
No. I've had that energy with people, like, and I've had that energy with correctional officers, and I've been there before in my life, right? Hardly as a grown man. as a youth, a young gangbanger, slow motion special ed coming up out of impressionable youth, headed to maximum security prison, yes. But he got up immediately ready to fight the officer. Like, yeah, what you want to do? What type time you on? Now, the reason I mention the frustration is because, so look, this is what I tell people. Listen to me. Once again, don't listen to nobody else that you encounter. They are lying. I am not, unless you can find the exact me. I have no fucking reason to be lying. He looked old enough for this not to be his real energy. When you meet dudes that's his age that got his energy for real, they are already in jail. Or you can't meet them because they in the graveyard. The graveyard and prisons are full of those people with that energy. So he just really frustrated in the moment about whatever. Maybe he walked in there and thought he's about to get his car. I got the chicken, or I got the credit, or we set up some deal, and now they running something on him. And the police come, but he can't tone down his frustration. He got to get to the end of it, the end result.
Okay, you just hang out here
No,
for us.
because you're not gonna hold me. You're not gonna contain me like that. You're not gonna hold me in here. So can you please move out of the way?
No, sir, I will not.
You need to.
No, I don't.
You need to.
You just hang out for me,
No, I
okay?
ain't gonna hang out nowhere. You don't tell me what to do.
All right.
I tell you.
It's going to happen quick. Pay attention, gang.
Okay.
He grabbed his book bag.
So understand
All right,
it.
yeah, just hang out in here
No, I
for
ain't
me,
got to.
Esteban.
I ain't got to. So, Jess, you get opportunity.
So, what we can draw from just this is, that's the dude that worked there. Son obviously been saying, hey, son making a disturbance. He probably asked son to leave. Right? Yo, I'm feeling uncomfortable. Son like, nah, he want what he want. Then the police get called.
Don't take my life.
Hey, you hold on.
Don't
you,
touch him.
you hold
Whoa,
on.
don't
You
touch
hold
me.
on.
He said
Sit
don't
down.
touch him.
Hey, sit
But
your-
this an officer. Hey, yeah, that's the Slammeroni Tony. Y'all heard it? Click, click. He already got the pistol out on the officer.
Sit down. Hey, sit down. Sit down.
Hey, he backed up. Officer spin. He got a gun. He spent.
Yeah. Yeah, Esteban, quit. Esteban, quit. Quit.
Esteban quit. Esteban quit. Esteban done follow him with the slammer. And Esteban don't want to shoot him. Because if he did, he would have. But in that tiny amount of time that shit is happening right now, Esteban thinking, gang. Esteban is really thinking like, oh, he don't want to shoot him. He know what this shit, he know where it's going. But the one thing that I always see is whenever people ain't in so much control of themselves, when they add extra pressure on, they always go the distance, not because they want to go the distance, because they don't know how to hit the dial to turn the pressure down. They don't know how to hit the dial to turn the pressure down. You might not come from an environment where nobody is asking you to hit the dial to turn the pressure down. I go through that in my everyday life. You're dealing with people, it's like, yo, hit the dial, turn the pressure down. But a person don't know how to hit their own dial and turn the pressure down on themselves. So they just keep mounting it. And it's gonna come to a head. That's been a harsh learning for me. Especially when you people you love. It's like, oh. Like if somebody you love wants to kill themselves or end themselves, it's like, damn, what about, it's like, fuck, like, if I can't, okay, the pressure's going to mount, it's going to come to a head, but where would that leave so in this moment, that pressure mountain is going to come to a head. Do you have kids? Do you have family that love you? If you do kill an officer, do he got kids? All that shit is right there, but do you know how to hit your dial and turn it down? Some people will say, hey, once you pull out the gun on the officer, right? You can't turn it down. Yes, the fuck you can. Put the gun on the floor and lay down on the floor. Yeah, it's going to be rough. But at some point, they going to mention that. The officers, they going to mention it in the court. And maybe that might be the thing that save you from getting the rest of your life up in the penitentiary. I don't know. But wherever you go outside of putting the gun down and doing that, guess what? It's going to be worse than if you didn't.
Yeah, that's the vibe. Take cover. Taser.
Now, if this officer pulled his taser out and went to tase someone with the gun on him, do we get black people celebrating him like, yeah, that's what you supposed to do, officer? Just tase somebody like that, especially if he black, and get shot. Is that what we try to tell the police officers that's supposed to be out here protecting us? Protecting your loved one, your daughter, or your son who might be young. Is that what we telling them? Hey! Don't you pull that gun out on that bad guy that's attacking my family. Even if he got a gun on you. You make sure you tase him. And how many lives in the moment that Esteban happened to ruin here? When Esteban whipped that Jimmy out. I ain't got you. And then Esteban stay, he like, yo, when you get a chance, look at this. Esteban, he's not, it's like, yo, you're like I said, it could be your environment. Esteban might be a wild, overactive, hyper. Esteban might be abusive in his family. He not used to having to tone down the pressure. He go do whatever the fuck he want to his family. Wild out on his family. Everybody's scared of Esteban in his world. He don't know how to tone down the pressure. Nobody never made him do it. I tell you what, when Esteban go to the penitentiary, he ain't gonna run the penitentiary. He ain't gonna do that. Guarantee you.
You get opportunity.
And look, son paying him, and then he just, you see what I'm saying? Like, this is, yo, bro, I've seen so many people do this. It's like, you just trying to get your way, yo, bro. Man, I just want to escape. I want to escape all the male and female Estebans of the world. If Esteban was like my brother or something, or somebody and I watched this video, I don't want to talk to him while he in jail. I needed you, Esteban, man. You know, I was trying to do my streaming thing. You know, I was trying to get you on there. You funny. You trying, man, we could have, like, man, I can't utilize you in here. You setting it all back, Esteban. Esteban hot. He ready to go.
You hold
Don't touch
on.
me.
Hey, you hold on. Hey,
Look.
sit down. Hey, sit your...
Click clack. Now I'm thinking to myself, Esteban might have had warrants. He might have had shit going on. He don't feel like going through it. You know what happens with the shit I don't feel like going through? I try to avoid it. There are times when a motherfucker just put it on you. But not in this situation. That's like family around. When you around people shit. But when you out in the world, people don't put those situations on you just out of nowhere. You got to really get into it with them. They might have the ability to put you in that kind of situation. But if you ain't close to them, they ain't about to do it. They just shopping and getting their item next to you at the store. Poor Esteban, man. Poor his family. Poor that officer who might have been trying to do the right thing. And if this officer becomes jaded, if anytime this officer sees somebody reach for a gun, or thinks he sees somebody reach for a gun, and he get his gun and fire on that person after the ordeal that he went through, How we feel? If they pinpointed this to you, if this officer right here get caught up in something a year from now, and everybody ready to go crazy, maybe calling him or saying that he biased or racist, whatever, right? If they was to show us this video and be like, oh, he went through this first, would it matter? To a lot of people, yeah, to some, no. It'd be like the Megan Thee Stallion shit. Like, she developed a track record, but so fucking what, man? I just want to do this. And almost every one of those people you know will cause, it's like they will turn up and create those kind of situations. So I guess the people that identify, I'm not identifying with that. I get angry, and I have fucked around and did, but that part, I'm about to whip out a slammer on her. I kind of know all, like, I know all the options in that scenario. Like, you can't even play around with that. You can't even pump fake. Oh, I was just trying to get a motherfucker in line. I was just trying to get the car, have somebody listen to me. Nah.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
Maybe in another situation. But in this situation, hell, like, nah, this ain't gonna end well for nobody.